Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. There seems to be an uneasy feeling going on right now within Nigerians as the president-elect, I'm talking about Bola Tinubu, seem to have gotten the services of two Russians. The question is why, what are their duties? And he's not yet the president. We are getting foreigners working in Nigeria personally for him. Why? And what is really going on? Many questions begging for answers. And honestly, all honesty, is only Bola Tinubu or his prodigies could actually give us true answers to these questions. But before we go into the newspaper to find out how true this is, or if it's allegedly so, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you set bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Where there is a tangible uneasiness over the presence of two Russian citizens working as aides to Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who will be the next president of Nigeria if all petitions and so tribunal goes through and favors him, as well as their roles in the government. The question is, what are their roles in the government? I tell that again, please. Those who keep tabs on politics and national security are concerned about the true status of the two Russian advisors. In addition to this, it is unknown what their status is in Nigeria because they are not currently serving as deployed diplomats for the Russian Federation Embassy that is located in Nigeria. There are concerns that the incoming president would unwittingly or otherwise drag Nigeria into global competition between the United States and Russia, which might endanger the relatively stable peace that exists in the country. There are concerns both within Nigeria and outside since their presence creates issues. According to a person who is familiar with the development who stated, and I quote, he said, there are worries both within Nigeria and abroad. For instance, do they operate as non-state actors? What exactly is their mandate? Were they employed in an attempt to influence INEC server? Why would a person who aspires to be president of Nigeria hire foreigners to fill sensitive advisory posts when Nigerians are perfectly capable of carrying out such work? Hey! All of these questions are begging for answers, and Nigerians have the right to know what these aliens are doing here and what their employment and immigration status is, she said. All of these questions are begging for answers. Aside from the well-known, notorious role that this thing can play out in the manipulation of elections, Nigerians are also very concerned about the competition with the Western world that Russian dominance of the incoming government in Nigeria will bring about. An obvious case in point is the pointless issue saga going on in Sudan, in which the two superpowers of the world, the United States and Russia, are waging a severe proxy war with Sudanese citizens serving as the victims. Wow, this indeed is a cause for concern. Don't forget that for a while now, personal as in we've noticed that the Western world, especially especially United States, UK, have been having strong say, so to speak, in Nigeria. A little of France here and there, a little bit of Europe here and there, Germany once a while. But we now have more of influence of China due to our Chinese loans we've gotten from them. Now with Bola Tinubu not entering yet and allegedly having two Russian advisors, what are their role? Like somebody said, have you now seen? You see, I'm not trying. I'm just preempting now. This is allegedly so until proven because Bola Tinubu have not, as usual. Bola Tinubu will not always respond. He will tell you that they call him all sorts of names on social media. He's not mandated to respond and all that. And that's supposed to be a president who does not pay attention, doesn't listen, doesn't respond. He does what he thinks is right and doesn't ask questions in a democratic setting. Even when we're having town hall meetings, he will not come. He will tell you whatever he's going to tell Nigerians. He will say it on his campaign ground. Nobody is not accountable to anybody. He just does his things. Honestly, I don't know how his government to look like, but you can just see sketches of how it will look like. Now, if it is true, because it's still allegedly so, that he brought in 2 Russians, what are their roles? What advisory roles will they give you that a Nigerian, with all our intelligence, got the best brains in the world, that will not give? With all the people you are bringing in, what's really going on? Are we stylishly going back to colonization without our knowing? Are we using our own hands to recolonize ourselves again in another dimension? In this world that people are looking for ways to become more developed, are we on our own using our own hand to bring superpowers that on our own we can't chase them away when we say they should go? It's a cause for concern. But let's feel the pulse of Nigerians are talking concerning this very quickly. This one here says, this one says, you will remain unhappy for the next 8 years, then for another 8 years when presidency. Now, I don't understand what I'm trying to write. This one here says, this is serious, so I owe him nothing. If he lies, let him hire Satan. He can't do more than General Sani Abacha, who seized power in 1993 and still died in 1998, but we still remained. This one is going back to history. And that person here says, Igbo, envy too much and they think they destroying Igbos, but not knowing they are destroying Nigeria. Okay, what has that got to do with the situation? This has nothing to do with the situation. And that person here says, the writer of this has nothing. General Abacha, was he trying to write? General Babangida employed Israelites as his security. Using Russian as aides is none of no one's business. President Tiller uses whom he trusted to protect himself from someone like your types and associates. Many of our leaders use foreign security for protection. America is not our lord, though they may be your lord. As I don't understand. Okay, but I think what he's trying to write here, some of the writers really wonderful. Those on social media, please try always to give us something we can, deliberate on. But what this person is trying to write here is that in the days of General Babangida, that he actually used retired General Badamasi Babangida actually used Israelites as his security, and that Bola Tinubu using Russians as his security is not out of place. It's been done in history, and it's not going to be the first, literally. So why are we shouting? That's what this person is saying in summary. And that person here says, as long as you support and encourage and defend and celebrate these atrocities, somebody's getting angry here. He's calling out those who are supporting this. But whatever the case is, the only person that can answer these questions honorably and openly have to be Bola Tinubu or even APC themselves. But then again, he has his reasons why he's bringing Russians. But I just feel that being that he's going to be president-elect, except of course there's an upturn in the tribunal, his life shouldn't be private. It should be an open book. Nigerians should be able to read, know, and ascertain where he is per time and what he's doing per time. He's not a public figure. He has nowhere again to hide. He's no longer Jagaban of one. He's not Jagaban that Nigerians will have to scrutinize. And I can assure you there are a lot of controversies surrounding him. That's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation.